I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Thanks for tuning in on these weekly Sunday Sunset Chats. We've got a cooler but near normal average for this time of year start to the week, and then after these early week kind of cooler, somewhat gusty breezes move out of the way, we get warm back into the 80s by Thursday, and outside chance we see 90 again by Friday. Latest forecast is my PM update right here at CWG.news/latest. And of course, gardeners and farmers are well aware we've got an expanding drought in our region. An article here with the details at CWG.news/droughts. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. We're there on the blog anytime you need us, 24/7. We've got kind of wind story maybe tonight and one or two gusty showers or thunderstorms moving through. We don't see widespread severe weather or thunderstorms, much less on the radar right now, but as we go through the early morning hours, we could see one or two gusts. But outside of those, once the cold front moves through later tonight, Monday and Tuesday could see some wind gusts, 25, 30 miles per hour. So we'll be a little bit hold on to your hat weather. Allergy sufferers also get ready to have your eyes feel that pollen being blown in. Good evening, David, Patrice, happy Sunday, and Kristen, happy Sunday to you as well. And then the warmth returns on Thursday into Friday, kind of neck and neck on what will be our warmest day, but here's what I'm highlighting is Friday, maybe near 90 degrees at the end of this week. So we could see a very quick return to our summer-like conditions Thursday and Friday. So if you are more into average April weather, please enjoy Monday and Tuesday especially. Now here's the bad news, is that we don't see much rain in the short term, even the medium term. So when you talk to me next for next weekly Sunday Sunset Chat on Sunday, we might only have a quarter-inch of rain for many parts of the region. Fingers crossed our next cold front. Maybe tonight we get a tenth of an inch, maybe on Friday night into Saturday night this upcoming weekend we see another tenth of an inch or so of rain. Those are our main rain chances. We kind of have a dry, fairly sunny work week ahead. Outside, sprinkle, shower, can't roll that out tomorrow on Monday. But as far as healthy accumulating rains, we are probably going to add to our deficits when looking at the potential for only a quarter-inch of rain over the next 7 days. So that is unfortunate. Rick, I love this question, whether or not we are done with freezing weather. I do think behind this upcoming weekend's cold front, we do want to stay cautious. West of I-95 in particular, areas in the kind of medium and lighter yellows, that's where the median date of the final 32-degree reading is later into April. So please stay cautious, keep those plants potted so you can bring them in. Maybe later next work week, we are going to be watching that. And I would say areas in the red here, along the Potomac lowlands, the Tidewater, Virginia, and if you're near a large body of water like the Chesapeake Bay or the Potomac River, you're generally in decent shape. But I would just stay a little bit cautious, Rick, if you are outside of the red or dark yellow areas. All right, David, I want to talk about the rain shifting pattern for the drought at CWG.news/drought. That has all the details. Ian did a really good evaluation. So I would encourage you to read his latest, and it's not great news. Even with El Nino, we could, Deidre, to your point, it might take until June to see additional rains kind of fluctuating more on than off into our region. And here is kind of the also neutral news, let's call it. I want to look ahead into precipitation for next work week. And as you can see, not a very clear signal. We could see maybe south of town the atmosphere leaning above average for precipitation, but we really want a clear signal for more than just 1 week's time to really get us out of this deficit, which in some parts of the region we need about 6 inches of rain in the darker orange, maybe over 6 inches of rain in the central Chesapeake Bay region, southern Blue Ridge. It is not great out there in parts of the region. And that's why we've got drought expanding even from the national zoomed out point of view. And then let me zoom in for you to show you that we have growing areas of D1 drought, luckily just the first bucket of drought, the first scenario, not a moderate or extreme drought just yet. But as the sun gets higher, the topsoil will evaporate that water more effectively, more quickly. And as you have seen, especially allergy sufferers experiencing it, the plant life is coming back to life in a very massive quantities. So you have the transpiration pulling moisture out of the soil there. So higher evapotranspiration rates as we get further and deeper into spring, meaning this drought, if we don't see our deficit filled in on a weekly basis, this drought is generally expected to expand in the near to medium term. So keep that in mind, gardeners and farmers. You're going to want to be mindful about watering when you can. All right, let me show you our later and later sunsets. If that is a good news thing for evening light lovers, we're now at 7:46 p.m. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm simulcasting to you live on all three of our social media channels. And here's your pollen update. Not good news for tree allergy sufferers like me. Not feeling great, especially with the winds coming up on Monday and Tuesday. A couple gusts, 25, 30 miles per hour. Not going to feel great for those eyes, and it might even blow some pollen there into the sinuses. So please be aware. We don't really have much rinse for the atmosphere to get kind of pollen out of the atmosphere. Hopefully, one or two heavier showers or storms tonight can give us a quick rinse, quick tenth of an inch of rain. We might then have to wait until Friday to get another rain chance that helps the pollen levels. All right, Charlene, good evening. Rick, you're most welcome. Hello, Ruth, Elisa. And let's see, spring to summer this week. Indeed, El Nino, we just talked about, Kristen. Not the clear signal just yet. We are hoping by June we see, maybe as El Nino develops, we could see a little bit more in the way of rain patterns, but I encourage you to go to CWG.news/drought. We had a great evaluation analysis done by Ian Livingston, and I go to that directly. You'll see he addresses everything and gives you his best educated guess based on the data available at CWG.news/drought. My PM update, latest forecast at CWG.news/latest, and as you can see from forecast at a glance, April is back with some near average temperatures and some breezy/blustery conditions with 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts possible on Monday and Tuesday. Calm down and could be fairly stellar on Wednesday as high pressure settles in finally. But then Thursday and Friday, moisture ramps back up, heat ramps back up, 80s near 90 degrees possible by Friday with a little tinge of humidity probably moving back in with those slight rain chances on Friday as well. All right, Ruth, Lisa, yep, thunderstorms are possible tonight. Not numerous thunderstorms, but yeah, one or two storms, even the slight chance of some damaging wind gusts above 57 miles per hour tonight. But right now, radar is clear. Closer to midnight, we'll post some updates on Twitter at CWG.news/Twitter or at Capital Weather. Follow us directly if we do see thunderstorms in the region. And then our next chance of thunderstorms might be this upcoming weekend. We'll keep you posted on that. Still some question marks as we get closer, so please stay tuned to CapitalWeatherGang.com. Yep, Florida has indeed been in a drought, David, and the Fort Lauderdale area too much too quickly. Yes, they could see some near-term alleviation in their drought, but it's very focused and kind of harmful when it all falls at once there. It doesn't soak in very deeply into the ground. Mary, indeed, wearing a mask when outside, if that's helped you, that's a good allergy tip. And hey, Mr. Jimbo, thanks for tuning in from YouTube at CWG.news/YouTube. I appreciate that. And Lewis, long-term outlook for summer. We usually do that typically each year nearer Memorial Day, so stay tuned for our summer outlook then. Indeed, Mary, too hot, especially by the end of the week. We got 80s, if not near 90 degrees developing again. Hang in there, but please enjoy Monday and Tuesday. It's going to feel like a breezy April regime again. It might, be a shock to our systems to feel right near where April should feel this time of year, but I can't argue with 25, 30 mile per hour wind gusts on Tuesday. Yes, a 2 to 3 degree wind chill is possible, as I mentioned in my CWG.news/latest PM update. Mary, hiding indoors from pollen and, wow, even wearing a mask when getting mail. I am hoping that helps you, and maybe you have access to air conditioning inside to help filter some of that pollen out. Indeed, it has not been fun for allergy sufferers lately. And continuing the allergy theme, pollen will be blowing around the next couple days. This is tomorrow. Peak wind gusts 25, 30 miles per hour cannot be ruled out. So please take those allergy regimens before you head outside, before that pollen blows into your eyes and sinuses. The warmest day this week might be Friday. I think it's neck and neck Thursday, Friday, 80s, but maybe near 90 degrees on Friday. We'll keep you posted at capitalweathergang.com as we get closer. And Mike, no correlation on winter to summer temperatures. I wish it would be that easy. And Mary, wind chill indeed. Isn't that hilarious? There could be a slight wind chill in the 60s, of course, on Tuesday. Our high temperatures will still get near 70 in many locations. And then in Charlene, 50-degree ground temperatures for berry bushes. I mean, honestly, for the last frost there in central Pennsylvania, I'm not sure my map extends too far up for you. I would wait maybe one more week if I had to guess, but keep in mind I'm not agricultural expert, garden expert. But for 50-degree, you want the average high temperature maybe to get a little higher than the average low temperature overnight to warm the soil temperatures closer to 50 degrees for you. So at least wait one more week. I feel pretty confident about that, but I don't have a target time frame outside of that for you just yet. And let's see. I'm sorry, Lewis, if you can't see the comments. Make sure you are selecting the Capital Weather Gang Facebook for conversational comments. Make sure you're on that account. And Ruth Elisa, when will summer temperatures begin? Well, I'm worried they will be back by the end of this week. Here's the forecast at a glance, along with the drought and latest forecast issuance there. We could see 90 degrees again on Friday. And no worries, Lewis. I'm really glad you could tune in. Thanks, as always, for tuning in and being very helpful in my recent broadcast to get all the kinks worked out. Charlene, you're most welcome. I hope you take care as well, and good luck gardening. All right, I'm Camden Walker over CapitalWeatherGang.com. Latest on our drought at CWG.news/drought. Gardeners and farmers will want to pay extra attention to this great analysis by Ian Livingston. My PM update forecast at CWG.news/latest, taking through a potential for showers and storms tonight, later tonight, near midnight time frame. The cold front having moved through by tomorrow morning, yes, pop-up sprinkler shower possible, but we generally have more sun than not tomorrow, and some blustery conditions at times. Breezes 25, 30 miles per hour, could be feeling definitely like April, if not early April to some extent. 25, 30 mile per hour wind gusts in the next 24 hours. This map could probably apply to Tuesday as well. Even drier air moving in by Tuesday, so it might feel a couple, 2 to 3 degrees cooler than our high temperatures in the kind of upper 60s to near 70 on Tuesday. But, I mean, close enough for April. Right now, our average high temperature, I believe, has gotten to at least 68 degrees. So we're really, at least 69, I believe. So we are pretty darn targeted for average temperatures where we should be this time of year. We've deacclimated. We're not used to it anymore. Here's our warmest day. This upcoming work week, I think, might be Friday, just by a hair. Thursday will be well into 80s, I think. You notice my medium confidence tone. And then Friday, I think, could get near 90. That's also my medium confidence tone. So stay tuned as we get closer. On the blog, we're at capitalweathergang.com anytime you need us, of course. The bad news is rain will still be in deficit this upcoming week. We don't see the opportunity for more than maybe a quarter, third of an inch of rain. This is the 7-day rain accumulation, so that includes, tonight's potential for showers and storms. Not too numerous, unfortunately, but a quick downpour is possible. And then our next major, I wouldn't even call it major, moderate rain chance, kind of Friday afternoon into Saturday evening. But there is a lot of question marks about the timing of our next cold front coming through this weekend. But it should still be warm at least for Saturday. Let's take a look at that. Here's a sneak preview of the start of your weekend anyway. Should still be 70s, but look at that cooler air, I should say, coming in from the Ohio River Valley. So we might have a warmer Saturday and a more seasonably chilly Sunday, all depending on when that cold front comes through this weekend. Temperatures looking ahead to kind of next work week, indeed, as I implied, below average. The atmosphere has a decent probability of being below average for temperatures next work week. And you might ask, average high and low, what is a benchmark for next work week when looking at this map? So 71 for a high. We could be below that for one or more days next work week. So if you are not liking our summer temperatures, that might return at the end of this week into maybe Saturday. We cool back down into more seasonable, if not below average for seasonable temperatures. for this upcoming work week, 8 to 14 days out. So more cooler weather lovers, you might like that, but gardeners and farmers, just be aware, especially in the lighter yellow colorings here, we're not necessarily past the last dates that we might still see kind of average last 32-degree reading. You are pretty safe in the dark yellow and the reds in the region near downtown areas and larger bodies of water like the Chesapeake Bay. You're in pretty darn good shape, so go ahead and plant with decent confidence. But I'm looking ahead to next work week, and with below average temperatures signaled for next work week, I think we might have a frost chance next week. So stay tuned as we get closer. We'll keep you posted. All right. What else? We've got precipitation for next work week, leaning maybe above average, just a hair probability above average, especially south of town. I wish this was a little wetter, but this rainfall deficit remains. Probably going to stick around for the next week or two, and we need over 6 inches of rain just to make up from January 1 to today, where we should be in the kind of lighter oranges there in the central Chesapeake Bay and southern Blue Ridge Mountains. The drought from a national standpoint, not too bad east of the Mississippi River, pardon me, but in the mid-Atlantic it is expanding. It is not doing so great in the broader Florida area as well. But let me zoom in and show you in the mid-Atlantic, indeed, only the first level of drought. That's kind of the good news. But we at least are slowly expanding this drought. So it's still under control overall and abnormally dry in the region in the areas shaded in yellow. We don't have a moderate or severe drought just yet, but it is expected to slowly expand based on the near and medium-term rain chances, not amounting to much, and the higher evapotranspiration rates this time of year. The sun's getting higher, the plants are getting more active, both sucking and evaporating moisture out of that topsoil. Mike, indeed, we might have some elevated fire hazard risks this week, especially with the winds the next couple of days. Very good point. And Lewis, I'm glad you figured it out. That's excellent. And what else? I see Charlene. Indeed, a slightly crazy weather week. Welcome to April in D.C. I love that. And red flag issues are possible early this week, Jonathan. Fire danger is medium to high, I suspect. We'll stay tuned to the National Weather Service for issuance of that. They keep an eye on that very carefully. I'm very happy to report. And up there in central Pennsylvania, a burn ban is in place, Charlene says, because of the dry conditions. That's very wise. And David, that trough is setting up maybe this upcoming weekend into next week, finally giving us some cooler temperatures. Will it give us more moisture next week? I am not too optimistic, but I'll still keep my fingers crossed. And really good seeing you, Kristen. I hope you can get some clean air from the showers and storms maybe moving through near midnight tonight. 1 or 2 could have some downpours or a strong damaging wind gust above 57 miles per hour, but no widespread damage currently expected from tonight's cool fronts moving through again near the midnight hour. Details at CWG.news/latest. All the analysis on our drought at CWG.news/drought. El Nino, La Nina, all of it's discussed. And as you can see from our week ahead, starts cool and April-like with some blustery conditions at times, 25, 35, maybe a 35 mile per hour wind gust Monday and Tuesday, but honestly not too much below average for this time of year. Back to calmer, seasonably warm conditions on Wednesday. I think it might be an awesome transition day as high pressure gets back under control into our region. Thursday and Friday, 80s, maybe near 90 by Friday. Slowly a tinge of humidity returns with rain chances finally coming back on Friday. We could use it, so keep that in mind. And Mary, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you as well. All right, next couple minutes here before I go, just highlighting the wind. Next couple days, 25, 30 mile per hour wind gusts can't be ruled out. Not great allergy sufferers. The wind and sinuses are not going to like the pollen blowing around. Hopefully we get a small rinse tonight with some showers and storms moving through, but not going to promise much. Warmest day this week, maybe Friday. Near 90 degrees, cannot be ruled out. Rain totals, bad. For this upcoming week, the deficit continues. By the time you talk to me next Sunday for our weekly Sunday Sunset Chats, we might only have a 1/4 inch of rain in the books. And here it is, a quick review of our daylights and our social media channels. I'm simulcasting to you live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Cameron Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. Your pollen report is bad for trees, very high, and it might continue that way a little bit this week. I'm sorry I can't give you better news on the droughts the rain deficit situation, the pollen situation, but we will manage, and I hope everyone has a safe week. Enjoy a slight weather roller coaster with temperatures kind of seasonably chilly with some breeziness early part of this week, but summer returns by the end of the week. Thanks so much, Deidre. I really appreciate you following us at capitalweathergang.com. And David, really good seeing you. And Paul, good seeing you as well. You're most kind. I'll start doing the rain dance, all of us. Yes, good point, Paul. Take care, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye for now.